I showed you mercy. But now you're here to finish us off for good.
Hey!
There's a circus in town.
Lovely to see you. How you doing?
I came for you.
You are a real person. I just fully realized this. I mean, we're doing all this to make people aware of the fact this is a real actor doing a real performance, and the film studio is even releasing making-of material before the movie comes out, showing you with the dots in the face and all that. It feels like they want people to know this is a real human being still behind the character. But what if audiences weren't aware of the fact? They just watch the film and all they see is Caesar, this CG creature. Would this change anything for them?
It's a good question. You know, I think people by now have seen so many images of actors in performance capture suits and facial markers, so that they understand and they know that it is created in a particular way. You know, that it is acting. But it's also interesting because the metaphor of using apes to say something about the human condition is you know, something that it goes back as far as the original Planet of the Apes sequence. It's a really interesting. I think it's interesting for people to know that human emotions, that these characters feel human emotions, and that they are, you know, they're not. It's not created as a visual effect, as a CG invention. That it is driven by human emotion, because Caesar is a hybrid. He is. The way I always portrayed him was a human in an ape's skin. So I don't think it harms the film in any way. I don't think it will change the fact that the way that people relate to the characters, because when they watch the story, they will become so emotionally immersed. But it's philosophically, I think it's very interesting to release material showing that there is humanity underneath the skin of an ape, because that is what the story is saying.
Especially after Peter Cushing was digitally brought back to the living in Rogue One. Some people are afraid that digital actors will take over the film industry one day. And even digital actors that don't need performance capture anymore, that are completely coming out of a computer. Do you think a future like this would be something that where audiences would still care about movies as much as today?
I don't think you'll ever have a situation where algorithms create performance. I think it still needs the artistry, the emotion. You know, really, I think we're a long way off. You know, robots having full emotion and being sentient beings, and so I don't believe that algorithms will be able to create anywhere near the level of emotions that a human performer could. So I think in terms of digital resurrection, I think it's a very interesting part of what performance capture can do. But it's no different to if you had an actor wearing makeup. You know, if someone came back to play that character and you had an actor that looked very similar to Peter Cushing, and then the rest was created with makeup and a little bit of augmentation, perhaps. So I think it has validity in terms of, for instance, creating a character like if I was playing Albert Einstein in a movie, then I could, you know, there's two ways of doing it. I could wear makeup, or I could have a 3D scan of the real Albert Einstein and use performance capture to bring him back to life. It's still my interpretation of the character. It's still, you know, there could be another actor who'd play him in a completely different way, but you would see that performance. So it's like a digital mask. I think we're entering the age of the digital mask.
Would you consider playing a person that is dead and bringing him back with a performance capture? Is this a job that you would be interested in?
If it was an interesting character and a really great script, and I felt it was the only way or you know, a good way of portraying that character, yeah.
How hard was it to finish that movie, considering you started playing Caesar since birth, and now he's like an old man in the new movie? And I don't want to spoil what happens in the end, but it must have been something emotional for you to act
Yeah,
in a
it's
movie
been.
like this.
Listen, I have loved this character. It's the most incredible character. To have the opportunity to play a character throughout the life cycle of a character is amazing. To go from infancy through to teenagehood, to becoming a revolutionary leader, to a leader of a society, a father figure, and then in this to have a big turning point in the character where he's gone from being an empathetic leader to a creature that is full of rage and hatred on a revenge mission. It's an amazing arc for an actor to play.
All right, thanks very much.
Thanks, man.
Apes together.